You've probably heard the tale of little Hansel and Gretel, the way they defeated their captor and ran away living happily ever after. I mean, that's the story we've all been told, the one the police want you to believe and the one the papers printed. And I wish that was the story I could tell you today, but in reality, those two little scamps met a grisly end. How? Well, that's the question that haunts me every day.
This day here ain't got nothing to say. I've been asking her questions all morning. And what do I get from her? Nothing.
Well, what have I told you about carrying out my investigation without me?
Boss, I was just trying
Messed up my investigation?
Boss,
Well,
I think I'm ready to...
just get out of here. I'll call you when I need you. Sorry about that, Miss Sherbet.
Shabbat.
Okay, Miss Shabbat. Where were you on Friday evening?
At home, cooking dinner.
Yeah. Quite a unique living situation you got going on there. Are you even able to cook in that place?
You brought me here to discuss the aesthetics of my house.
I'm just saying, you have to admit, 2 children go missing in the forest. Cold and hungry. Where's the first place they're gonna look? I don't know. Maybe the house made out of gingerbread?
I am so sick of this town. You ever thought that maybe I just like gingerbread?
There is quite a difference between liking something and that level of devotion.
I don't do nothing in halves. I'm an all-or-nothing kind of gal.
Right, well, how about you start telling me everything? Starting with how you met Mr. Jonathan Lederhosen.
You gotta believe me. I swear I'm innocent. I just made a stupid mistake. Please help me find my kids, man.
How about you look in the forest where you left them defenseless?
I told you, my wife, she made me do that. I didn't want to.
Funny you should say that. I had a lovely conversation with your wife, brilliant woman. She says she left you 3 months ago. So how about you tell me how she managed to convince you when she wasn't even there?
She was always complaining that I didn't take her out or treat her. I thought without the kids she might reconsider.
So you left those kids, your own flesh and blood, in the middle of the woods for a night on the town.
That's not what I'm saying.
For some action, you thought.
Hey, don't put words in my mouth.
With a woman who doesn't even love you.
Hey, don't you dare say that. You think you know everything, but you don't know shit. These are my kids. Whoever did this is still out there. And you're in here, talking to me. Hey, I know I'm a shitty man, but I didn't kill my kids.
I don't think I ever mentioned murder.
I ain't never seen that man before in my life.
Well, we have proof that you have, so you better start telling the truth.
How you got proof for a man I ain't never met?
Do these look familiar to you?
Where did you get those?
So you recognize him.
Look, alright, I know Johnny. I was lying to protect him and his family, but I don't know what happened to those kids. I've been trying not to care for Johnny's sake to protect our secret, but you know what happens to kids that go missing in this town. They're goners, especially 2 little blonde kids with no meat on them. You know what happened to that little girl with the red hood. He wasn't red to begin with, was it?
Then you admit it.
Yeah, sure I know Suzanne. I mean, not personally, but you own a gingerbread house in this town and you're not exactly invisible, are you?
Not personally, you say. That's not what these letters have to say.
I had never seen these before in my life.
Oh, do you need a reminder? Helen, come in here!
Here, boss, what do you need?
Helen, can you give our little friend here a reminder of what he's not telling us?
Of course. Do I really have to? Dear sweetie baby darling Jonathan, I can't stop thinking about the greatest, most passionate time of my life. I can't stop thinking about your sweet words and your not so sweet touch. And then there's a little face. Anyway, I must be truthful.
Although I adore you with all my heart, I cannot be the other woman any longer. I always thought you'd change your mind and let me love and care for those lovely little kids of yours, but the way you talk about them scares me. You call them the barrier between us, when I couldn't be clearer. I love them unconditionally. And now I hear you say such things, I see you as cruel and heartless. I know the man I fell for would never speak that way. I cannot stand idly by while your heart becomes cold and unrecognizable. And though I will always love you, I want to leave with the memory of the good Jonathan, forever in your heart, your little sherbet.
Forever in your heart, your little sherbet.
So how do you explain that one then?
Look, I know how it looks, but
Look, I ain't gonna sugarcoat it, Johnny.
Nice.
Thank you. You got some explaining to do.
I promise I didn't.
Look, buddy, to put it plainly, if you don't start talking, you are completely fucked.
Sweet street, sweet street, it's the sweetest street in town. Watch where you're heading and watch where you're treading, 'cause the sweetest street in town ain't very sweet at all. No, it ain't sweet at all.